it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card using Lawn Fawn's Very Rainy Day stamp set. So I've stamped the images I'll be using in Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink on some Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth Premium White cardstock, and I'll be coloring with my Copic markers. So I'm starting with the bears, and for their fur I decided to go with a lighter brown combo. This is the second card that I've made using this set already, and on the first version I did a darker brown bear, and so I thought it'd be fun to mix it up. The colors that I chose are E30, E31, and E33. And I'm starting with the mama bear and just laying in some shadow wherever I think it should go, like around her little hood, kind of accentuating her muzzle a bit, making that look like it's protruding out, and giving her some shadow under the hem of her jacket on her legs. And then I'm blending that out with the E31, and I'm making sure to catch the edge of that E33 as I blend so I get everything nice and smooth. And then I'm going to fill in with the E30, again catching the edge of that E31 and just pulling that mid-tone toward the lighter space. And then I'm going to move on to my two baby bears. I'm going to color them exactly the same because I want them to look like a little family. The little story in my head is that it's still early spring and these bears are all bored from hibernating all winter long, and they are so ready to run around and play. And even though it's a rainy day, Mama's taken them out to jump in puddles and just have some fun and use up some of that energy. So I'm going to color these other two bears just the same, like I said, using that E33 for the shadows, laying that down toward the back of their bodies. I like to keep the face nice and light, and blending toward the front with the highlight. So depending on which direction they're facing is where I put my shadows. And then for the muzzle, I wanted to go with a little bit of a lighter tone, so I chose E50 and E51, starting with the E51 and laying in another little bit of shadow there, and then blending toward the end with the E50. And then I did do a second layer on all of my bears just to increase that saturation and smooth out any harsh lines. Then I'm moving on to their raincoats, and I'm using a new to me red combo. It's R14, R17, and R29. So the red combo that I typically use is a bit of a cool toned red, and the R14 and R17 are a warmer red, so I wanted to just use that in contrast with the cooler tones that will be happening in the rest of the card. So I'm starting with that R29 on Mama's jacket, and again just laying in some shadows where her arm is hanging down over the back of her jacket, also accentuating the back of the jacket and the pocket, the back of her hood, where the front of the jacket overlaps the other side there, and I'm going to give her some rain boots to match. I'm blending out the R29 with the R17 as the mid-tone, and I do think that these shades work really nicely together. And then I'm going to fill in the rest with the R14, just filling in any remaining white space except for the buttons. I'm going to carefully go around those so I can leave them white for now and add a little pop of contrast onto her jacket in just a bit. So I'm going to continue filling that in, and also her little boots. And I really do like how these warmer reds complement the brown tones that I used for the bears. I think it gives them a cozy look, even though the rest of the scene is going to be definitely more cool toned. I decided to add a little bit of shading around those buttons to get them to pop. So I just went back in and did that. And then I'm going to color the other two baby bears' raincoats to match. I just wanted a very simple color palette for today. It really just depends on my mood. Sometimes I like to do everything in a different color and have lots of bright tones and things that draw your eye around the scene. And other times I just want to use a very simple color palette and let the story and the sweet little images just really stand out. So today I was in more of a simple color palette kind of mood, so I decided to keep everything very consistent, and I think I only ended up using 4 main color combos on this card, and then, you know, the couple little accents for like the muzzle and the rosy cheeks, which I'll get to in just a bit. And by the way, I did go over all of the jackets and the rainboats with a second layer as well. I just did that off screen to save you some time. And then I'm going to add those rosy cheeks like I mentioned using R11 and R20. It doesn't show up super dark on the kind of mid-tone brown of their fur, but you can see a little bit of it, and I think it does add just a little bit more of a cheerful look to them. And then for the Mama Bear's buttons on her jacket, I'm going to color those in with Y17. And now I'm switching to cool tones for the rest of the images. So for the little frogs, I chose G12, G14, and G16. These are greens with a blue undertone to them, so it's going to match the background that I'm planning really nicely. But I think even if you did the warm tones with maybe like some YGs, I think that would look nice as well, since we've got some warm tones going on with the bears and their jacket. But I just decided to have that bit of contrast with the warm and the cool and try to balance that out a bit. So I used the G16 as the darkest, blended out with the G14, and then used a touch of the G12 for a highlight. And then for all of the little puddles and splashes, I'm going to use BG10, BG11, and BG13. So I started with the 3 puddles and use BG13 toward the bottom right to add a little bit of shading, and then blended that out with the BG11, and then I'm going to use that BG10 in the top left area there for a nice little highlight. And then for the splashes, I'm going to take that BG13 and do a line down one side. I did it on the right side for the ones that are kind of tilted toward the right, and then on the left for the ones that are tilted toward the left. And then I'm going to blend that out with the BG11, and just real quick and easy. These are real quick to color because they're really thin. And then I'll fill in the bottom part of each of those little splashes with that BG10, so it'll be nice and light at the bottom and then kind of accentuated as it goes up. And then I'm going to trim these images out with their matching dies. For my background, I'm going to take a piece of Bristol Smooth Surface cardstock, and then I'll tear off a long strip of Post-it tape, and I'm going to use that to create a mask to separate the ground from the sky. I'm going to wrap that around to the back to just hold that securely in place, and then I'm going to bring in some Distress Oxide ink, and the first color that I'm going to use is Peacock Feathers. So I'm going to blend that down from the top 2 corners and across the top, and leave a kind of white center for now in the middle of that, just to really define those outside edges. And then to soften up that middle, I'm going to bring in some salvaged patina. And just like when I'm coloring with my Copics, I like to catch the edge of the previous shade and kind of pull it down into the next one, so you get a nice gradient of color as I fill that in. And then I wanted to deepen up the outside edges once again, so I did add a little bit more of that peacock feathers. And then I'm going to peel up that mask so that I can adjust it and mask off the top portion. And it's not going to want to stick because that paper is saturated with that ink, but that's why I tear it long enough to wrap around behind, because that little bit that holds it down into place will keep it nice and secure. So then I'm going to bring in that selvage patina again, because I want there to be a reflection on my sidewalk where there is kind of some standing water which would reflect the sky. So I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to bring in some hickory smoke to add that sidewalk look, and I'm going to just pull that in from the sides. This is a really soft gray, but it's the only gray that I own, so if you have one that's a little bit darker, that would work as well, I think, but I'm going to get around that in just a minute by adding in some black soot. So once I have that hickory smoke kind of laid in how I want it, and again kind of mimicking the top portion and creating that circular center part, I will go back with some of that salvage patina and just make that blend a little bit more seamless. And then I'll bring in that black soot like I mentioned. I'm going to be really soft as I lay this ink down because I don't want my sidewalk to look black. I just want it to have some more defined edges. So I'm using a very light pressure as I blend that ink on. And again, I'm doing the bottom and the two sides and leaving that center nice and light. So I'm going to bring that color in. It got a little bit too dark on that right hand side, but I'm going to go back to my hickory smoke to help blend that out a bit and soften it. And that really helps, especially on this Bristol smooth surface cardstock. It has this coating on it that really helps that ink move around a bit. And I went back to my salvage patina one more time, and then I'm going to peel off that mask and readjust it one more time back to the bottom. And there you can see that nice line of separation that clearly defines the sky from the ground. So I'm going to put that tape back on and wrap that around the back, and then I'm going to grab the new rainy day stencil, and I'm going to decide which way I want my rain to fall. I decided I wanted it to come from the top left toward the bottom right. And then I'll take some fairy dust stencil paste. This is mainly clear with a lot of glitter in it, and I think it's going to look really cool for our raindrops. So I'm just taking out a small amount and spreading that across the stencil. Did have to dip back in for a little bit more just to make sure that that was completely covered in all the corners. So I'm going to smooth that out really nicely, and then I'll lift that up, and you can see all of those gorgeous raindrops have that sparkly texture to them. So I'll peel off that mask for the last time, and then I'm going to run and clean my stencil real quick. You want to clean that off really quickly because if that paste dries on there, it's going to ruin your stencil. So now I'm ready to add in some pattern paper, and I'm going to use one of the sheets from the new Flower Market 6x6. I'm going to use this gray stripe. Then I trimmed down my focal panel with the largest of the small stitch rectangle stackables and the pattern paper with the largest of the outside in stitch rectangle stackables. Before I adhere things down, I'm going to pop that focal panel in my MISTI, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment in VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I'm using the one that says Make a Splash. Then I created a card base using some peacock cardstock, and I scored and folded that to a standard A2 size card, so it's 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. I'm going to pop that in my MISTI so I can stamp on the inside, and I'm using the matching peacock ink. I am going to stamp that down a couple of times though, because this ink does dry back a bit, and I want to make sure that the stamping on the inside stays nice and bold. So I stamped out the other bear and the frog again, and have a happy day. And now I'm ready to start adhering things down, so I'm going to use my glue tube for that. I pressed a little bit too hard and had a splooge coming out there, so I just smoothed that down with my finger so that it wouldn't leak out the sides. That was totally user error. And I'm going to press that pattern paper down on my card so I get a nice border of that peacock cardstock showing on all sides. And then I added some foam tape to the back of my focal panel. So I'll peel off those release papers, line that up in the center, and then I'm going to press that down into place. And then I'm going to bring in my images so I can start to decorate my scene. I'm going to start with one of the puddles. I like to start with my largest image first, but I wanted this puddle to go underneath my mama bear, which is my largest image. So I went ahead and adhered down the puddle first, and then I can get her placed just how I want her, so she's just stepping into that puddle. And of course I'll add some nice little splash marks coming toward the left side of her foot there as she's stomping into that puddle, having fun with all of her little cubs. I'll add another puddle a little bit further down on the right, and into that one is going to go the baby bear that is plunging in with both feet. She's just going for it with reckless abandon. So I'm going to have her, and then I'm going to add another little splash mark behind her going toward the right hand side. So I'll just choose the one that is facing in that direction and then tuck that behind her before my glue starts to dry. And then the third little puddle is going to go a little bit further down, but on the left hand side. So they're all staggered a bit, almost creating a zigzag pattern down toward that sentiment. And then I'm going to add another splash mark there as well over on the left. And then this little bear that is enjoying himself just as well, but a little bit more tentative, I think, than the other baby bear. It's fun that they all have their own little personalities in the way that they're drawn. I'm going to do one more splash mark, and I'm going to add the leaping frog, and that's going to go just above the sentiment. And then the last little frog, I went back and forth. I couldn't decide if I wanted him in the center or off to the right hand side. So I kind of added him in both places trying to decide, but eventually I went with over on the right hand side. I felt like there was just a little bit of an empty space there that he filled in nicely. So now I wanted to add some extra details, and first I want to do a little bit of a shine mark on the raincoats since they're made of that kind of rubbery material. I thought that that would be suitable, so I'm just doing little lines and dots on their sleeves or on their boots, and also on the mama bear's hood, just here and there wherever I think they should go. And then I wanted to bring in a bit more sparkle since the puddles are made out of the rainwater that is collecting. It makes sense that the puddles would be sparkly too, just like the raindrops. So I'm just adding a bit to all of those little puddles and splashes. And that's going to add a really pretty sheen when you tip the card into the light. So I'm going to finish off this last one, and then I will pick up that card so you can see what I mean. When you tip it in the light, you just get this gorgeous glitter effect. So fun. I'll give you another peek at the inside. And that is going to finish off this card for today. I really hope you guys had fun watching. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. I post new ones every Monday and Friday. If you're interested in any of these adorable products, I'll have everything listed and linked for you in the description bar below, so you can just click and go. And if you'd like to keep watching, here are 2 extra videos I thought you might also enjoy. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day. Bye-bye.